Okay, we have 3 8-inch cake pans. Put these down just for a moment. I want to line these with parchment paper to make sure that cookie comes out when we bake it. And so we will do that today. I'll show y'all how I do this just to try to get some 8-inch rounds. I'm getting me out a nice big sheet. Since I've got 3, I'm going to get me another one out. Now, we're just going to fold this in half, like that. Y'all see what I'm doing, huh? Yes. I'll fold it in half again. And in half again, I'm sort of making me a triangle, kind of. That's just so I can get it in this 8-inch pan, okay? Like I'll flip it upside down and kind of do it halfway in the pan. Let me show y'all. Everybody, I know y'all noticed me talking to this camera, and then y'all noticed me looking over here because Facebook likes me to be in portrait, all of y'all, and YouTube wants me to be this way to fill up the screen. So, just think of it as more than one of you sitting here with me, and we're all talking. Now, we're just going to fold this in half, like that. Y'all see what I'm doing, huh? Yes. I'll fold it in half again. And in half again, I'm sort of making me a triangle, kind of. That's just so I can get it in this 8-inch pan, okay? Like I'll flip it upside down and kind of do it halfway in the pan. Let me show y'all. Everybody, I know y'all noticed me talking to this camera, and then y'all noticed me looking over here because Facebook likes me to be in portrait, all of y'all, and YouTube wants me to be this way to fill up the screen. So, just think of it as more than one of you sitting here with me, and we're all talking. And then I'm just simply going to cut it on the outside, just like this, around the pan. And this will pretty well give us 8-inch round pieces of parchment paper. And then we don't have to sit in, or you could put it on there and trace it with a pencil and cut it out too. You certainly could. And I've done that. Y'all see that? Isn't that fabulous? And then I'm just simply going to cut it on the outside, just like this, around the pan. And this will pretty well give us 8-inch round pieces of parchment paper. And then we don't have to sit in, or you could put it on there and trace it with a pencil and cut it out too. You certainly could. And I've done that. Y'all see that? Isn't that fabulous? You see how they fit in there pretty well. The only thing I want to do now to ensure is spray my pans as well. And this is Baker's Joy. Y'all know it's kind of like the old timey buttering and flouring. So I want to do that. And then I put my parchment paper, and then I spray that again, okay? I'm going to do all of this that way, and we'll move along. You see how they fit in there pretty well. The only thing I want to do now to ensure is spray my pans as well. And this is Baker's Joy. Y'all know it's kind of like the old timey buttering and flouring. So I want to do that. And then I put my parchment paper, and then I spray that again, okay? I'm going to do all of this that way, and we'll move along. Our cookie cake recipe calls for 1 cup in our cookies and 1 3/4 cup in our icing. And so I'm going to do 1 cup for our cookies, and then our icing, the 1 3/4 cup, I'm going to do 1 cup browned, and then the 3/4 cup I will just do regular butter, so maybe it won't tint our icing too much. But even if it does, it'll be good and worth it, right? Yeah. I'm going to turn my burner on kind of low, all right? This butter will begin to brown. First, it's got to melt. I just got this out of the refrigerator, so. First thing, we are going to get some melting on low. Show y'all my fire. It's on about low or medium low. Medium low. As I'm saying that, I'm starting to talk lower, aren't I? Oh, I'm silly. I'm silly. My grandmother used to call me, my mama Worsham, and she would talk real soft like that. And I would find myself starting to talk like that on the phone with her. Oh my goodness, I'd be like, why am I doing this? Why are you doing this, Amy? Stop that. I guess I'm easily influenced like that. Okay, guys. Let me get a wooden spoon so we won't make lots of racket, and we're just going to get this melted, and I start this process first because we need to let this butter brown, and then we need to totally let it cool back to room temperature. So do this first. You can even do it the day before, okay? You need to put it in your refrigerator and then let it room temp the next day, whatever makes you comfortable. Y'all see it getting foamy on top? That's what it's supposed to do. And you kind of stir it to kind of keep it calm. If you don't, it starts popping out on you a good bit. So I just want to warn you. Seriously, this part, you just make it your therapy because it demands your attention. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about if I quit stirring. Y'all see how it starts to get upset? I know, and that's when it'll start popping. So it's best just to continue to stir it. Trying to tell y'all everything so you won't be saying, Amy, why'd you tell me to brown that butter? It is so worth it, I promise y'all, if you've never had it. It tastes caramelized. And oh, does it lend a whole other level of flavor to anything you make. You can even make savory dishes, and we need to do that one time. Y'all see it beginning to brown really well. Can y'all see those bits in the bottom? They're really darkened. This is a beautiful color right here. You can take it as dark as you want. The French, they actually love to take this down to a black look. Like my roux. I love my roux almost to be black. And here you have it. Browned butter. It smells like caramel candy. It really does. I said my cake is going to need a cup. My cookie cake, that is. I need to keep that straight, don't I? And then our icing is also going to need a cup. Y'all, something I want to do in the future with this brown butter, it doesn't just have to be sweet, it can be savory, like I said, is catfish fillets that have a sauce on them with browned butter and some of that filet gumbo we made together. Doesn't that sound delicious? I know. So we got to do that soon, okay? Maybe after Christmas. Okay, guys, we need to cream our butter and our sugar together. Y'all know I'm using this brown butter that I totally let kind of cool back down and solidify. But you could use 2 sticks of butter softened, okay? If you want to skip this. If you don't have time to brown butter and let it cool down, absolutely. Just add you 2 sticks of butter. Do need to have them softened. Y'all know we're just making a sugar cookie. A sweet sugar cookie. Get all that luscious brown butter though. Let me get it. There we go. Okay guys, we need to cream our butter and our sugar together. Y'all know I'm using this brown butter that I totally let kind of cool back down and solidify. But you could use 2 sticks of butter softened, okay? If you want to skip this, if you don't have time to brown butter and let it cool down, absolutely. Just add you 2 sticks of butter. Do need to have them softened. Y'all know we're just making a sugar cookie. A sweet sugar cookie. Get all that luscious brown butter though. Let me get it. There we go. Now I've got 3/4 cup of granulated white sugar going in. And this sugar cookie is going to be really good. It's going to have 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar. And y'all know I like dark brown sugar because I love that flavor of molasses. The sugar cookie's sounding good, isn't it? I'm going to cream this together till it's nice and fluffy. While our butter and sugar is getting nice and fluffy, we need to mix our dry ingredients. And I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour that I already pre-measured for us. And into that, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. Many of y'all have asked me where I got this salt dish, and I ordered it from LTD Commodities years ago. And I can't find it there anymore, but you can find them on eBay. It's just a green salt glass. Y'all always ask me that, so I wanted to say that today. Today, we're just going to talk, okay? A lot of y'all been missing that, so we're just talking and yakking. Now we need some cornstarch in here. We're going to do 1 tablespoon. I like to measure it up, and then I'll use a knife to make it nice and even like that. And then we also need some baking powder, and y'all are holding my recipe. How much baking powder do we need? 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I'm going to start with my teaspoon and do 1 and 2, and then 1/4. That looks nice and fluffy. Can y'all hear me better now? I hope y'all could hear me. All right, guys, and this is our dry ingredients. We just need to whisk them together really well. We don't want any clumps of salt or cornstarch or baking powder in there, do we? All right, into our butter, we need to put eggs. I've got 2 eggs, fresh eggs. They need to be room temperature for your cookies. And y'all know mine stay out all the time because I get them from my girls outside, so they are room temp. I'm going to add them 1 at a time. 1. Let it get incorporated. And 2. And now we add all our dry ingredients. And unlike a cake where we add a little at a time, you know, a cookie, we're going to put it all in there and just bring it together because we want our cookies to be nice and tender. So, let's see if I can not get my red shirt totally white, right? And now we add all our dry ingredients. And unlike a cake where we add a little at a time, you know, a cookie, we're going to put it all in there and just bring it together because we want our cookies to be nice and tender. So, let's see if I can not get my red shirt totally white, right? Got some sprinkles. I got red and green and white. That's what they had in the store when I went. They're so pretty and festive, aren't they? We're going to put a 1/2 cup into our cookies. Let's see if I can do this without spilling them everywhere. There we go. Oh, so pretty. And like just a little more. All right, y'all, and I'm just going to stir them in. And if your mixer doesn't have stir on it, then you want to fold them in so you don't break them all up, okay? There's our dough. Isn't that pretty? All right, I have got our pans back over here with us. Oh, this is such cute dough. Cute dough. I'm trying to divide it evenly. I bet y'all already knew what I was trying to do, didn't you? All my kiddos, my kids and my grandyoungins, they're all going to love this. Yes, they are. Maybe half as much as me making it. There we go. Y'all, it does. It just smells wonderful. I do not want to waste. No, I do not. And now all we do is just press it down in here. And I love to use the flat bottom of a measuring cup. Press it down in here evenly. I've been preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll be able to get these on in. You know, I've had many cookie cakes and they were just a big flat round cookie like a pizza, and they're delicious, but this one's going to be delicious and really pretty, isn't it? It is. I always like around the Christmas season just to do things a little more special. All right, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20-25 minutes until they're just set, and I'll see y'all then. I gotta set my timer or I'll forget. Y'all know I will. Okay, y'all, it's been 25 minutes. And look what we have here. I'll show y'all up close. I'm gonna let them totally cool in these Well, I'm going to let them cool a few minutes in these pans, and then I'm going to turn them out on this wire rack and let them totally cool. And then we'll make that icing. I'm going to show you what they look like up close. Y'all ready? Yummy. Okay, guys, it is time to get to our icing part. We're going to make a vanilla buttercream, and ours is going to be a vanilla brown buttercream. But if you don't have time to do brown butter, just use the butter, and it's delicious too. I've done it both ways, okay? We're going to start. I don't do all of my butter browned in my icing just because I like it to stay a little lighter in color, but that's the only reason. So I'm going to put 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter, and this is very softened. If there's a variation of how softened it can be, right? And the 3/4 cup is going to be our brown butter that we made together. And y'all see I let it get solid again, totally cooled down for our icing. Just like I did for the cookie. Put that in here. No waste. We got to get it all in there, right? We worked too hard on that, and it was so good. It smells so good right now. Oh. Okay, to this, I want to start whipping this a little bit before we add our other ingredients. I'm going to use my whisk attachment this time. And if you have a little handheld mixer, it's usually got a little whisk attachment as well. I'm just going to let this get fluffy. Okay, first I want to add a little bit of salt, about 3/4 teaspoon. And that's just going to cut our sweetness just ever so much. And then I have got about 8 cups of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. And I'm going to add about 4 right now. And let that totally come together and get fluffy with this butter. 3, are y'all counting with me? 4. All right, y'all stand back, be careful. We'll start it on low and then I'll speed it up. All right, to this, because it is vanilla buttercream, we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons. Make it very vanilla-y. Is that a word, vanilla-y? I don't know. I don't think it is either. Okay, 2 teaspoons of that. And then I'm going to turn this back on low, and I'm going to add about 1/2 cup at a time. And this is going to be about 8 cups of this powdered sugar total, okay? Low. Give me a different spoon. There we go. Okay, y'all, the only other thing we need is some heavy whipping cream. And I love this. It helps it get nice and fluffy. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon at a time. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to let it get nice and fluffy, and I'll see y'all back. Y'all, we have made it to the fun part. Yes, we have. We get to decorate it. Y'all, I get these at Walmart, okay? They're Wilton brand, but it already has a tip in the end. Y'all see this tip? It's a nice big star tip. If you don't have a star tip, you could use just any tip you want to, but I'm going to do little stars on top for our sprinkles. And this is also going to put our icing in the middle, so it kind of helps you distribute it good. I'm going to fill it up with about 1.5 cups or so, but that's not precise. You don't have to be so precise. Just make sure you don't use it all up. You got to get it on all the layers, so just kind of pace yourself. All right, let's get a cake. Y'all see our cookie cakes? Aren't they just beautiful? I think so too. right there. Push them down in place. And now all I do is just pipe like that to fill it in, okay? And my stars, I'm going to ice it down, but I'm going to use that on the top to decorate with, so I'm going to start with that. Just like this. Let's see, maybe one more time here on the outside and get it right on the edge. Yeah, just like that. Then I'm going to take my little offset spatula and just kind of smooth it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be precise because we're going to put our second cookie cake right on top of here. So pretty, isn't it? All right, we need to refill our bag. There we go. I wish y'all could smell this buttercream with that brown butter. Oh my goodness. It is heavenly smelling, truly. If you don't have time, like I said, it'll be delicious. But if you do, please take that time because it just smells so, it just smells and like it tastes so wonderful. It's worth that little bit of extra time, I promise you. Get out all my air bubbles. And again. And our last layer of cookie. Next, we're going to ice the outside, and then we're going to scrape it back off for that naked cake effect. Y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's all the rage these days. It's popular, but that way you'll be able to see the cookie too. So I'm just going to squirt me a little layer. Doesn't have to be a ton, because like I said, we're going to scrape it back off of there. Try to keep my cake plate clean. I know I could have put paper under there, but I think we're going to be just fine. Just fine. Again. You'll see I'm just doing this. It's going to be like we're whitewashing the outside of the cake. Kind of what it reminds me of. I don't suppose you would have to do this either. You could just leave it totally open if you wanted to. I'm going to go right around the edge of the top. There we are. You see, that doesn't look great or anything, but we're not finished. We're going to take a straight edge. This is a bench scraper. I'm sure y'all probably seen them like that. And we're just going to start scraping it back off of there. Right? And guys, if you don't have a bench scraper, you could always just use your spatula as well. You see how I scraped it back down where you can kind of see the cookie layer? And that's totally up to you, whatever look you want to do. And now our star tip, we should have just enough icing left to do our stars on top. We're finally going to get to use this star tip. So I just start piping beautiful big stars like frosted Christmas trees. Do this over here so y'all can see. So get your work out. We're not finished though, we've got sprinkles. go around the edges if I see any that looks kind of sparse. I'll just add a little star right in there. Literally, guys, that was the exact right amount of buttercream, brown buttercream, none wasted. That's my favorite. Y'all see, it looks good so far, doesn't it? We're not through, though. Wait, there's more. Isn't that how those commercials go? I have got some sprinkles. These are red and green and have a lime color in them. I like them. I thought they were pretty. And so, I'm going to see if I can just use that side. Yes, I can. Oh, wow. These are so pretty. Yes. These are so pretty. I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't. Oh, how Christmas can this be? Very Christmas, right? This is beautiful. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is precious. Can you see how pretty? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, y'all must make. I knew y'all wanted me to cut a piece of this. Right? I know. We had to see inside this glorious creation, didn't we? And we must taste. Let me get a bite, guys. Like I said, alone, the smell of that brown butter is wonderful. This tastes like Christmas. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go share this with all my kids and grandkids. This will be my piece though, since I've eaten off of it. Anyway, y'all, I was going to talk about this a little bit. You know, you could do this and make a red velvet cookie cake, a chocolate chip cookie cake, any of your favorite cookies. I even thought about snickerdoodle cookies, you know. Any of those would be so very good with this little recipe. So y'all go make it, guys, and y'all have a Merry Christmas. I knew y'all wanted me to cut a piece of this. Right? I know. We had to see inside this glorious creation, didn't we? And we must taste. Let me get a bite, guys. Like I said, alone, the smell of that brown butter is wonderful. This tastes like Christmas. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go share this with all my kids and grandkids. This will be my piece though, since I've eaten off of it. Anyway, y'all, I was going to talk about this a little bit. You know, you could do this and make a red velvet cookie cake, a chocolate chip cookie cake, any of your favorite cookies. I even thought about snickerdoodle cookies, you know. Any of those would be so very good with this little recipe. So y'all go make it, guys, and y'all have a Merry Christmas.